catch the previous video where we worked on the M35A2? It's coming along pretty good. I actually did a couple more details to it. Let me show you. As we're working it, I went ahead and scratch built a bridge plate for the front of the truck, just out of a little piece of plastic. We got the star on there. What we got here on the original vehicle is the 4J6332. I already have the J, but I'm going to butcher up a decal set from one of my Willys kits to me. I've got a couple of them. So all the numbers that I need to match the 6, a 3, and a 2, there's enough of those numbers on this decal set for me to go ahead and cut them out individually and do the decals. Now on the model, you'll notice how close that these are to the edge of the hood. Same thing here. We're going to lay those on the edge of the hood first, and then we'll put the U.S. Army on there so it's in alignment, because you don't want this angle of the hood throwing you off. So, and plus it goes from narrow to thick, so there's going to be some angles there that you got to be concerned about. But anyhow, that's yeah, we'll work on that tomorrow, but we got a lot of progress done on this truck today. Now we're going to switch it over and start working on the M422 command car. I got the parts out of here. You know, the tub is pretty much, I got it cleaned out. All the flashing pretty much removed. I'll show you how I remove the parts from the resin sprue. And photo etch. And photo etch is the very first thing we're going to do. So we're going to cut all these pieces out, fold them up, get them staged, and I'll show you how I attach them to the chassis. Like my friend Larry Jacobson says, can you dig it? I can dig it. If you work on models routinely and you've been doing this stuff a while, you know that, you know, periodically go wash your hands, okay? Get the oils off your hands, get it nice and clean and dry. Otherwise, you're going to get oil fingerprint stuff on there, and you're going to have to clean it off again later on, which is fine. I mean, you just Q-tip it up and everything. But anyhow, so the photo etch, before we even start cutting parts off this photo etch, all right, we're going to give this thing a very light sanding. Now this is a, what is this? 600 grit. And I'm just going to do some very light passes over the whole thing. Mike, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Well, I'm doing it because you want your primer to stick, and paint likes to adhere to a little bit of a rough surface. So that's what we're doing. Use a flat piece. You don't have to be heavy-handed about it. You don't have to be John Wayne. Okay, you can feel the difference. So clean these parts up, because you won't be able to do it later. Trust me. Also want the glue to stick, right? I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing. A little gentle agitation, so you can see fingerprint stains in there from frickin' Bubba Gadoosh that probably packed this thing up. Little gentle agitation. Okay. All right, I'm satisfied with that. There you have it. Come on now. It's stuck. There we go. It's stuck. All right. Okay, the key to your success here is a very sharp X-Acto blade, so you may as well just get you a fresh one. And I'm going to start cutting out the the parts. All right, so M5 is the first one on the list. So the reason why you want a sharp knife is because you can come right up on the edge, come up to it, and just give it a little, give it a little tappy wappy. All right, and they come off that easy. Yeah, they are tiny. I'll set it there. Hopefully you can see that in the camera. All right, so these, there's only 2 of these 5s. In fact, you know what? Let's just leave it lay there. What else is there? We need M4. Okay, and M4. These are your little bumper holders. You have these little round bumpers that if you, and there's 4 of those, so we're going to get them all out. They look like little cones, the bumpers do. And so when you extend the suspension, right, if you're hitting the suspension hard and the springs kind of go in the opposite direction, it keeps them from bottoming out on the frame. And you got these little rubber bumpers on there. So that's what these little guys are for. So let's just go ahead and put them up here. So we know we're going to need those. We're going to need an M3. M3 requires a lot of folding. And right here you can see it's just like, you can see how simple. See how that cutout is? Nice sharp blade. Okay, M4 is on the, excuse me. That was 3. Oh, they're the same, it doesn't matter. Both sides. There's no left or right to this, I guess. All right, this is part of the frame. When that gets folded up, this is going to be located in this area. So it's basically the frame support that goes between the tub and the frame. And that's where that bracket goes. M1, M2. Where are you at, M1 and M2? Right up here. I swear I'm blind. There's M1. M2. I got M4s already. Do I have an M8? I need an M8. Where is M8? M8. Okay. That's these funky looking guys right here. This, the M8, is an internal bumper support for the rear of the vehicle. You won't even see it unless you lift up the model and look underneath it. So that's what those little guys are for. How do I know this? Because I already built one. Excuse me. Okay, what other M's do we need? We've got M3, M12, M4, M8. And that is going to be it for this step. All right. M10. These M10s are part of the rear bumper. I may as well get them cut now and just have them out because we're going to do it all at once anyway. So, but you get the deal, right? Just be light-handed with it. And then I'll show you how to fold them. Man, I'm sitting here doing an edit on the video, and a whole section of demonstration didn't record because I was using that remote button, and when I thought I was recording, I wasn't, and when I thought I was not recording, I was. So there's a whole bunch missing, and all I was really doing was just bending parts and demonstrating how to use the flat pliers that I have that are designed for that. So anyhow, let's get back to the video. It's the last bumper piece. So yeah, on these long ones, I should probably get me some bending pliers that have a little bit of a, maybe a wider, like a duck kind of grip on it or whatever, but just do a little bit at a time. I need to trim my freaking fingernails, don't I? All right, now we're going to go through and we just start pinching. You got the pinch. And then you can come back through and just start squeezing this thing out. And then you drop it like that because that's part of the process. You have to drop your parts, you know. If you don't drop them just right, it won't work. I'll tell you what, man. Square that off. That looks pretty good. These ends, they're small enough, they just fold over. Like so. All right, notice the angles. That's it, man. All these frame parts are built. The fun part will be getting this all assembled. Well, the pieces are all bent. And you can see where I'm starting to set some of the framework in place. Right now I'm dry fitting everything to make sure we're good. Because I have to make a couple of small minor adjustments to some of these things. And there may have been some burrs that I didn't get all the way, but yeah, so that's pretty much it, man. Like these little guys right here, they're gonna mount on the sides like this. I think we're gonna save this stuff until tomorrow for the gluing, but I just kind of wanted to get you started on this, and you know what I'm working on, and you know how I'm going about it. I have the other vehicle here for reference that I already built. I spent a considerable amount of time trying to understand where the bracketry went and some of the side pieces, because the instructions aren't very clear. So this one is done, and I used actual reference photos from the real vehicle to make sure that I had it right. So, all right, well, that's sitting upside down here, and on a nice piece of paper towel so it doesn't get damaged. That's it. Yeah, crazy, huh? Crazy, man. And that one goes over there. All right, folks, thanks for watching. Definitely not for the faint of heart. I mean, look how small these little brackets are. They're going to mount on the side, so. All right, I think I need to call it a day. I am modeled out today. I spent the majority of the day down here working on the truck, working on the 422. It's time for me to get a smooth libation and relax. Thanks for hanging with us. We will see you tomorrow. Remember, this is the M422 Part 1.